Alan Thiel here today from Midwest Machinery Company. This video will cover the post-season inspection and walk around of a 635 Hydroflex platform. We'll start with safety on this one. As you can see, underneath the combine we have the feeder house lockup stops down. Other safety features that you should think about post-season are things like your lights, your reflectors. Make sure all of that stuff's in good shape before you get into the next season. We'll walk around the head and do an inspection and look at all the different possibilities. This is a good time to think about everything because you just got done using this machinery, so a lot of it will be fresh in your mind. A few things to look at on this end of the head: your belt drive for your cutter bar, your chain drive for your auger, tensioning, lubrication. Recommended before you do an inspection is to loosen up and remove this belt, because if you turn the auger, the sickle will actually move also. So it's a good safety feature to remove the belt. The pulleys, moving up to the cutter bar, you got your cutter bar drive here. There's a grease zerk on the top side of this that is like an annual grease zerk. I believe the book says to put 10 pumps of grease in there each year. If you're looking at the cutter bar drive, you really want to look at alignment of your cutter bar between your your guards, and forward and back and up and down. These bolts right here will hold the cutter bar. If you loosen those up, you can move the cutter bar drive up and down. And by loosening this one here, this can slide in and out, which will actually center your cutter bar forward and back. It's an adjustment that's missed a lot of times. Moving around to the other side, obviously you want to check your guards and your sickle sections, make sure everything's in good shape. Hold downs are another big issue on your cutter bar. If you can grab a hold of this cutter bar, you should be able to slide a 20 thousandths feeler gauge through here. 20 thousandths clearance. If it's more than that, you're not going to get a good cut. You would tighten this up a little bit and bring this down to a 20 thousandths clearance. But look at the guards. If they're starting to get rounded, it doesn't really matter how sharp your sickle sections are. If the guards are wore, you still got a rounded edge. We move up to the reel. One of the main points on the reel is the plastic and the tubes where this thing pivots all day long. Once those get wore, you start to move a lot in here. The tubes can actually wear if we get too much wear up there. You can look there for wear. There is also a grease zerk up on the reel. That is a 50-hour grease zerk. As far as auger, we want to look at auger height from the floor, auger height from your stripper plates. This particular head has a front and rear stripper on the floor stripper, and you want to make sure you get a consistent height on that all the way across both ends. Make sure you don't have any bends in your floor that are going to hit. If you're too far away, it's just not going to feed real well. Moving across, well, looking at this, there are differences in stone dams too. You can have a short stone dam or a high stone dam. Most of them in this country are a short stone dam, which gives you a little bit better feeding. But if you do have rocks, you can put a taller one in there to help keep from getting rocks up in there. Moving across to the center, we'll look at things like the auger fingers. As you can see on this one, there are a few of them missing. We've got some pretty good wear in here that we want to probably replace. We got some fingers that are wore, we got some fingers that are missing. So those are the things you want to look at on the auger. Move across the head a little bit farther. Over to this end. Here we've got our electronics for our header height sensing and our contour master. So you're going to want to look at some of the wiring. You're going to want to look at your sensors, make sure something's not getting bent up here or in bad shape. This adjustment up here on the end of the auger is for your finger timing. So you get your fingers to come out at the right time so they're not going to hit the floor or too far away so it doesn't feed real good in the center. The drive up on the top, there is an adjustment from the motor to the reel also. It's a sprocket up there. Make sure that's adjusted correctly. The end snoots are a little bit adjustable to keep them centered right, so there's some adjustments there you want to look at. Underneath the corn head on a Hydroflex, in here we've got a hose. There's some hoses you want to check for the Hydroflex, and right up underneath here there's a hydraulic cylinder. You want to take a look at some of the cylinder stuff, make sure you don't have any oil leaks up in there, make sure there's all your hardware is tight. That's really about all on these. It's just not a lot on a flex head. It's a general walk around and inspection of everything to make sure it's in good shape.